Dylan Harper's doing something no Spurs rookie has done in years. And no, I'm not talking about a cute rookie flash where a guy hits 2 threes, smiles, and everyone acts like the franchise is saved. I mean real playoff impact. The kind that makes a coach trust a 20-year-old in grown man possessions. The kind that makes you look at the Spurs and think, wait a minute, did San Antonio just find another guard who actually belongs in their long-term picture? Because that's what Harper's doing right now. Wemby is still the main event. Fox is still the established guard. Castle is still the tone setter. But Harper has quietly walked into the playoffs and started giving San Antonio something they've been missing for years. A rookie guard who doesn't look scared of the moment. But before we start, if you love basketball and you're one of the 90% who watch without subscribing, it's time to join the NBA Inside family. Now, you know what makes this fun? Harper was not supposed to have this much pressure on him yet. He was the number 2 pick in the 2025 NBA draft, coming out of Rutgers with the size, the handle, the lefty downhill game, and all the future star language scouts love to toss around. But San Antonio already had Fox. They already had Castle. They already had Wemby changing the geometry of the entire sport. So Harper was not walking into some empty team where he could take 19 shots and learn through disaster. He had to fit. And that's harder than people think. A lot of rookies can look good in bad teams. Somebody has to shoot. Somebody has to dribble. Somebody has to put up numbers while the season goes down the drain. That's not this. The Spurs are trying to win playoff games. The possessions matter. The mistakes get louder. Every bad read has witnesses. And Harper still looks comfortable. That's the part where Spurs fans should be leaning forward.
Anthony Black has a burst in the open court.
Harper again. Harper! Blown by everybody.
His regular season numbers were solid, not ridiculous. He averaged 11.8 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 3.9 assists while shooting 50.5% from the field. That's a clean rookie year. Nothing fake, nothing inflated, just useful basketball. But the playoffs have made the conversation different. Because through this run, Harper hasn't just survived minutes, he has tilted them. There was the 27-point game against Portland in round 1. The kind of performance where you stop saying, nice rookie, and start saying, hold on, why does the kid look this calm? Then against Minnesota with Carter Bryant out for game 1 because of a sprained foot, Harper came off the bench and gave San Antonio 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists in 29 minutes. That's not garbage time noise. That's trust. Then, Game 4 against Minnesota made the whole thing louder. Wemby gets ejected. The night starts getting weird. The series is sitting there ready to flip. And Harper doesn't shrink. He gives San Antonio 24 points off the bench, the same number as the Aaron Fox. That matters. Because when the biggest player in the building is gone, most rookies start looking around like somebody took the cheat code away. Harper did the opposite. He got more visible. And at that point, this ain't just a nice rookie story anymore. This is a playoff rotation problem for the rest of the West. And the scary part is, this might only be the smaller version of him. Because right now, Harper's still picking his spots. He's still working around Fox, Castle, and Wemby. He's still learning when to attack, when to organize, and when to get out of the way. But what happens when that role gets bigger? What happens when San Antonio starts trusting him more with on-ball reps, more late clock touches, and more chances to run the offense instead of just fitting inside it? That's where this gets uncomfortable. Because if Harper's already giving you 24 points off the bench in a playoff game where Wemby gets ejected, then 2 or 3 years from now with a bigger role and a stronger body, this might look completely different. Not just a good rookie guard, a real engine. When a rookie's on the floor that long in a playoff game, the coaching staff's telling you something without saying it out loud. They're saying, we can live with him out there. And for a rookie guard, that's not small. Guards have to think fast. They have to read coverages. They have to bring the ball up against pressure. They have to know when to attack and when to stop freelancing like the game's being played at the park. Harper hasn't been perfect. good. Nobody should expect that. In Game 4 against Portland, he had 3 points on 1 for 6 shooting. That's the rookie tax. Everybody pays it eventually. Did you think the NBA just hands out playoff confidence like free samples at Costco? No chance. Some nights the reads come late. Some nights the jumper looks short. Some nights the defense sits on your left hand and says, "Alright kid, show me plan B." But the response matters. And Harper's responded like a player San Antonio can actually build with. What stands out to me is not just the scoring. It's the way he changes the rhythm of the lineup. When he gets downhill, the defense has to shift. He's strong enough to take bumps, patient enough to keep the defender on his hip, and smooth enough to throw that little lefty pass when help comes. Not on a highlight dunk, not on an open corner three, on the second read. The boring stuff. The stuff your uncle misses because he's yelling at the TV about traveling again. Harper can get into the paint without playing like he's in a hurry to prove he belongs. That matters.
Spurs are +2. They've tied the game at 42. And now take the lead on the drive.
Young guards usually speed themselves up into trouble. They attack the first gap, run into the big, throw a desperate pass, then look at the ref like somebody stole their lunch money. Harper has some patience. He'll use the screen, feel the big drop, keep the ball alive, and wait for the low man to choose. If the corner defender helps, he can find the shooter. If the big stays back, he can get into the floater area. If the defense switches a smaller guard onto him, he can use his frame and get into the body. That's grown-up guard stuff. And in San Antonio, it matters even more because of Wemby. Playing with Wembanyama should make life easier. Sure, demands a walk-in emergency siren for defenses, but it also demands real decision-making. You cannot just throw the ball near him and hope the alien figures it out every time. You have to deliver it on time. You have to read when he's sealing, popping, slipping, or when the defense is loading up too early. Harper already looks like he understands that timing, enough to notice. That's why the plus-minus number has people acting like they just saw a UFO.
Kamara, good defender. Working Harper. Harper wins.
Spurs fans online have been passing around the rookie playoff plus-minus board, and Harper sitting at +51 while every other rookie was in single digits, or close to it, made people do a double take. Is plus-minus perfect? No. Please don't build your whole basketball personality around raw plus-minus. That's how you end up arguing with strangers at 2 a.m. and calling it analysis. But when a rookie is that far ahead of the field during playoff minutes, it tells you something. It tells you his team is functioning when he's out there. It tells you the lineups are not falling apart. It tells you the game is not too fast for him. For a Spurs rookie guard, that's the story. San Antonio has had great young players before, obviously. This franchise has statues in its memory. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard, now Wemby. The Spurs don't need a history lesson from some guy on the internet. But rookie guards are different. They're harder to trust. Bigs can block shots and finish plays. Wings can defend and cut. Guards have to organize chaos. They touch the ball. They make mistakes in public. When they mess up, everyone sees it immediately. So when Harper looks this steady, it hits different. And that's why the Fox conversation is not going away. I'm not saying Harper's already pushed the Aaron Fox out of San Antonio. Relax. Don't start fake trading people before breakfast. Fox is still a serious player. He gives the Spurs speed, rim pressure, and the late clock creation they need. But Harper's forcing the question earlier than expected. If the rookie can run second units, close stretches, defend better than people thought, and keep the offense breathing next to Wemby and Castle,
that's how you generate a terrific shot. Another open three and you can't make it. All the way to the cup.
then suddenly the Spurs have options. Real options. Expensive options. The kind front offices call good problems while losing sleep over them anyway. And you know Spurs fans, they see one good playoff stretch and start planning the next decade like they're ordering cabinets for a new kitchen. But honestly, I don't blame them. Because Harper fits the timeline. He fits the modern game. He fits the Wemby universe. A big guard who can handle, pressure the rim, make reads, defend his position, and play without needing the whole offense bent around him, that's valuable. That ain't hype. That's roster building gold. The defensive part's sneaky too. Coming into the league, a lot of people expected Harper to be fine on that end. Maybe average, maybe a little vulnerable while learning NBA speed. But he has been stronger and more locked in than expected. He uses his body well. He fights over screens. He gets back into plays. He ain't some turnstile wearing a lottery pick label. Is he perfect defensively? No, but he competes. And next to Wemby, competing matters. If you fight over the screen and funnel the driver into that monster at the rim, you did your job. If you die on the pick and leave everyone scrambling, now the whole possession turns into a fire drill. Harper's learning the difference. That's why this feels bigger than one hot playoff stretch. The Spurs are not just watching a rookie score points. They're watching a role form in real time.
This year. Drive by Harper to the basket.
Maybe he stays as a sixth-man weapon for a while. Maybe San Antonio uses him in three-guard lineups with Fox and Castle when they want to speed people up and make life miserable. I don't know the answer yet. That's the fun part. But the question's already here. How many rookies earn this much trust on a playoff team? How many look comfortable making real reads next to a generational big? How many can struggle one night, come back the next, and still look like they belong? That's why Dylan Harper's doing something no Spurs rookie has done in years. He's making the team's future feel deeper than Wemby alone. And for San Antonio, that's massive. Because once the Spurs stopped being a one-prospect story, the whole league had a different problem. Wemby was already terrifying. Castle gave him edge. Carter Bryant gives him another defensive bet. Fox gives them a veteran engine. But Harper might be the piece that makes the whole timeline bend. A rookie guard who can play playoff minutes, create offense, survive mistakes, and keep growing without needing the franchise to babysit every possession. That's rare. That should scare the league. That's real. And if this is what Harper looks like before he fully takes over, then the Spurs may not be waiting on the future anymore. They might already be watching it run second unit, close halves, and make every De'Aaron Fox conversation a little more uncomfortable.